Hello, my name is Jean Laval, and I want to talk to you a little bit about credit card and credit card debt. I'm going to share with you a few things you might not know. First of all, I'll talk about major credit cards. That's a Visa or MasterCard. Both of them, the interest rates are about 19%, 19.5%, 20%. Now, if you go with a card that, say, comes from a store, like, well, just say Walmart. If Walmart's issuing a card, it'll be like a MasterCard or a Visa, but the interest rate on those cards are another 33% more. So you're looking closer to about 30% on those cards. So you really don't want to get involved in cards that are issued by stores, because they'll offer you 20% off your first purchase if you go with their cards, because they know that you're probably going to make minimum payments, and they'll make it all back in interest, and believe me, they make it back in interest. For example, if you're going with a major credit card at 19%, well, just say you spend $1,000 on a living room set. If you make, first of all, whatever you have on your credit card, the minimum payment is geared for the amount that you owe. So if you owe less, you pay like $10 a month. If you owe more, you'll pay like $20, $25 a month. So let's just say you bought a $1,000 living room set, and the bill comes in, and there it is, $1,000. So you decide, well, I'll just pay the minimum payment. It's $20. Okay, it is going to take you, because it's been calibrated in payments, 17 and a half years to pay that $1,000 back. And I'll tell you what you're really paying. You're paying about 4.5 times what you paid for it. You're looking at $4,000 you're going to pay for this $1,000 that you used to pay for this thing with your credit card. And 17 years, you'll still be using your credit card and loading that card up more and more every month, and the minimum payments will increase, and the rest of what you see on that, it shows as I owe $3,000, I owe $4,000, but how come we can't pay it back? It never gets paid back on this minimum payment. That's because it isn't really what you're going to pay them. You really don't owe them, $3,000, $4,000. You're going to be paying, $15,000, $16,000, $17,000 for this thing. And if you were to go with a store card, you're looking at 33% more. You're looking like 25 years to pay this thing off, or 23 years to pay this thing off. So you really don't want to get involved with store cards, and you really want to pay when the bill comes in, man, just hit it as hard as you can and try and pay the whole thing off. Myself, I don't spend money I don't have, so I do use a credit card. I use both of them, and when the bill comes in, I pay it the same day. They've never made a penny off me in 40 years. I just pay it off, and I don't spend more money than I have, but I like the convenience of having a credit card, because I don't want to carry a pocket full of money, so it works that way. But it's another thing is, here's an interesting thing. Let's say you have 10 credit cards, and they all have a value of, well, just say, for example, $10,000 credit on each one of these cards. That's what they're worth. You could go out and spend $10,000 on a card before they put a halt to your spending. Okay, so you got 10 cards at $10,000 each. That's $100,000 worth of credit, plastic credit you got in your pocket. Now, if you go to apply for a mortgage, let's say you want $300,000 for a mortgage. The bank's going to check out your cards. Now, even though you haven't spent a penny, you still have the potential of spending $100,000, because that's what your plastic is worth in your pocket. So they're going to say, no, we don't want to give you the $300,000, because what happens if you get weird and decide to go blow $100,000 worth of you know, buying furniture for this house and a new car and a pool and whatever, air conditioning, and you won't have enough money to cover the $300,000 mortgage payments you're going to have each month. You'll be over credited. You'll be in a financial state, so they won't touch it. And if you end up using these cards and your mortgage becomes renewed, they're going to find out that you don't have enough to make. They want a margin for error. They don't want to lend you too much money where you can't pay it back, because then they got to foreclose on you, and this is not good. So just have 2 cards and try and keep a good credit rating, because that's important when you buy a house. And remember that the furniture you bought is, why pay 4.5 times? Why give them the money? You work hard for your money, and just spend it according to what you have, and don't put yourself in a credit card hell. People declare bankruptcy. You know what that does? It costs money to declare bankruptcy, a lot of time, and then you're 7 years with no credit, and that can really affect your life. I mean, credit is good to have it around. Now, keep in mind, the bank has one purpose that it's trying to accomplish, is to have every single person in debt, every industry and every commercial business in debt, every government and every country in debt, so that they can collect interest for their money. And that's their sole purpose, that's their intent. So be careful you don't fall into that. And you want to live debt-free. It's, good for your health. No stress. No stress. Live within your means. You don't have to impress everybody. You're impressing everybody and causing yourself this hellish anxiety of wondering where the money's going to come from. I mean, people are using credit cards to pay off credit cards. And if you are going to pay off credit cards, pay off the big ones, because you're that's the ones that you're going to pay the most amount of interest on. So if you have a card that's got, say, $8,000 on it, and you have a card that, say, got $2,000, pay the $8,000 one first, and then hit the other one, and try and live without it. And so you don't have bills coming in, and spend your money better. Well, that's what I had to tell you. Thanks.